Welcome back to the Comedy Commode, guys, and if you haven't been here before, be sure and hit that subscribe button down there, give it a like, tell your friends about it. But what we have today is the Tozo T6 and the Tozo T10, and we're going to let you know which one you should buy. And welcome back, guys, and like I said, we got the Tozo T6, the Tozo T10. I did a review on the Tozo T10 and gave you my thoughts on it, which I love the Tozo T10. I mean, if you've seen my review, I did not do a review on this yet, like extensive review on just this. I think this was kind of be included in this video right here. You can get a good review on what you're gonna expect from the Tozo T6. And I was curious, you know, it's like I loved these things. I told you I loved the Tozo T10. Just, I mean, good wireless earbuds, good sound, long battery life, 4 or 5 hour battery life. The charging case, you know, it came with an awesome little charging case, magnetic. You just stick it in there, and it just, you know, it sucks it in. Everything like that. Great charging case. A little bit bigger than most of your new charging cases, and that's the thing with the Tozo T6, which we're going to get into. We're not going to get a full extensive review on a T6, and it's basically just like the T10. I mean, it's the same company, so I mean, oh, you got your battery indicator light there, and look at the case. I mean, look how small the case is. It's more like the AirPods or something like that. You know, it's small, something you can fit in your pocket and it won't take up too much room or be uncomfortable or anything like that. That's one thing I love about the case of the Tozo T6. The earbuds are basically the same as the T10s. Basically almost the same size, maybe a little bit smaller. They don't look too big sticking out of the ears. And that's always really nice. The case obviously is a plus. But let's get to the reason why we're here. Okay, everybody wants to know which one should you buy. They wanted me to sit here and do a review on this. We already know Tozo is a pretty good brand. I mean, for the price, the T10s are, what are they, $39.99, and these are $49.99. So $10 more for the T6. And we all know, if you looked at some of the specifications on the Tozo T6, that this is supposed to be better. You know, it's got a lot more functions to it. It's touch sensitive on the side, which is fantastic, because on the T10s you can't change the songs. You can't change the songs, like, you know, if your phone's kind of sitting farther away while you're working or whatever, you can't change the song. That's one thing that got annoying with these. But on these, you definitely can change the song. You can change the song. You get 2 taps on the little touch-sensitive pad right there, and it works great. It changes the song. It goes forward to the next song, and you press it once, and it pauses. You press it again, and it plays. And if you do the hold, and you can cancel or pick up a phone call, whatever you want to do, something like that. Your basic earbud functionality stuff. That's what's great about the new version. But which one should you buy? Which one should you buy? And that's what I'm here to tell you. And the reason I buy earbuds or any kind of headphone or anything like that is because I want the sound quality. I mean, the functions are okay. The functions are always great. It does make it very convenient. And but the sound quality, I thought coming into this when I bought the T6 that this would be like upgraded like no other, better sound quality, more bass, mids, tones, and all that stuff. Everything would be equalized just as well, which it is equalized as well. But I thought it was just gonna blow away the T10 when I put it in my ears. And that's what you expect, to pay $10 more for a new version of anything. But that wasn't really the case. Now, these things are great, don't get me wrong, but the T10, they're louder. I mean, you can really jam out on the Tozo T10s. Now, these are just the ones that I've got. And on the T6s, they're not near as loud. I mean, I keep constantly pressing the volume up to turn it up, which they sound great. Don't get me wrong. They have the same sound quality as these. Maybe a little bit, actually, a little bit more noise canceling than these. But they're not near as loud. I'd rather have the loudness out of these, the T10s, than the T6s. And that's what I really love about these things. And I'm going to tell you some cons about the T6 now. On the T10s here, if you look on the side, the button is that it's got a one-press button here. Play, pause, and that's basically what you're going to get. And which is great, you know, they sound good and everything like that. But on a T6, you know, you got your little touch-sensitive pad on the front, right here, where you can touch it. There's no button or anything like that. It's like a touch screen on a cell phone. That being said, the audio. Oh wow. That being said, the audio just wasn't up to par to me. I mean, the quality sounds fine. Everything's balanced well. But it's just not loud, like I said. I mean, I'm just constantly pressing the volume button up, and these are much louder. Although the case is bigger and all that stuff, it doesn't have the touch-sensitive things. And then another thing about that is the touch-sensitive pad on the side of these, the Tozo T6, is that sometimes it can get in the way if you're like trying to adjust the earbud or something like that. It's maybe slightly falling out. Even the edges sometimes you can catch the edge and it'll skip. I mean, I've had it skip to a totally different app and start playing something else, and I have to go back and then change it back to what I was listening to, or it'll switch songs on you. It's really sensitive is the thing about it, and sometimes that can be pretty annoying because, you know, I mean, sometimes earbuds, if you've been using them for a long time, you know, I mean, eventually while you're working, they're going to slide out a little bit, so you're going to want to adjust, and when you touch it, when it changes song or podcast, whatever you listen to, YouTube or whatever, it just gets a little bit of annoying. It gets a little annoying, and the T10s don't do that. That's one thing you don't have to worry about. See, what I think you should buy, really, for $10 cheaper, with better sound, if you're not worried about how big the case is, which I'm not worried how big the case is, because I'm not going to have the case in my pocket most of the time at work, and it's going to be sitting off to the side. I'm just going to have the earbuds in, phone sitting off to the side, and you're going to get, it's just, the T10s are louder. And if somebody has some of these, the T10s and T6s, and they had a different experience, they thought these were louder, or the T10s were louder, let me know in the comments below. But from the ones I've bought, the T6s aren't near as loud, and the touch control gets a little annoying sometimes on the side. But one good thing is the case is smaller. It's about all it's got on the side. But which one would I buy? I would buy the T10s again. The T10s are the ones that I go to if I'm doing any chores around the house or anything about work. The T10s, after buying the T6s, I still go back to the T10s every time. Buy the T10s, save $10, and you're going to get louder, better sound quality, I think, out of it than the T6. T6, if you're looking for something small to put in your pocket, it's not a bad earbud by any means. It's just, it's not as loud. It's well balanced, same balance. And if you don't mind the, you know, accidentally hitting the earbud and changing the song or something like that, then go for the T6. I understand why people would go for this because it's smaller and it fits in his pocket better. And the battery charge and the battery quality, everything is about the same on each one. You're going to get about 4.5 hours of use out of them, and the charge time, I would say, it's probably about maybe 40 minutes to an hour, something like that. Don't quote me on that. So I would definitely recommend the T10s over the T6. T6 isn't a bad buy if you're not worried about all the things that I said before. And if you like this video, guys, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. That way you'll get notified of more videos just like this one. And this is the Comedy Commode. Boom!